Daily debate. Which one of these upcoming UFC main event underdogs do you see pulling off the upset? Here are your options. Donald Cerrone, he's got Justin Gaethje. He's at plus 200, by the way. Frankie Edgar at plus 300, he has Max Holloway. Robbie Lawler at plus 190, got Colby Covington. Dustin Poirier at plus 275 against Khabib Nurmagomedov. Richard, how you feeling on this one?
Well, I tell you what, there are some good candidates. I had to talk myself out of selecting Cerrone versus Gaethje just because I think that's going to be a firefight, and in firefights, one punch a lot of times turns the outcome of a contest.
There won't be much strategy there, right?
Exactly,
But
right.
That's why it's kind of tough to pick out.
We're going to throw this thing up in the air, and the two guys go wild. We'll see what happens. But I'm actually going to take, I think, one of the deeper, if not the deepest, underdogs on this survey. I'm going to take Frankie Edgar. I just think stylistically he will pose some problems for Max Holloway that Max doesn't often, or maybe has otherwise previously encountered. The pressure style, Frankie's ability to connect strikes transitioning into takedowns. Obviously, Holloway's striking is going to be front and center as far as the challenge for Edgar and the length and range, but that is every fight that Frankie has ever fought in terms of the stature differential. And so if I had to pick one upset here in terms of possibility or probability, I'll take the answer. There's your answer, the answer.
I like it. And here I am thinking I was going to be special. I'm going to say the same thing. I'm going to add one more wrinkle to what you were saying. How about the fact that you get a Max Holloway who just came off a war with Dustin Poirier?
Yeah.
Some of us felt it may be too soon for him to just jump right back into a camp and do this all over again, especially against a guy like Frankie Edgar. Like you said, those level changes, the striking, the grappling, he's a tough out. And he's not one of those guys, I think, that you can just so easily grab somebody of that height, that stature, and duplicate in the gym. I think once you get in front of him, it's going to take a while to kind of figure out what's going on. As where with Max Holloway, I think it is kind of easy to get a guy like that, just a tough guy to train against. And God knows Frankie Edgar's got a lot of those guys to deal with. So I guess we're on the same side there. Just to cover the other ones, we did cover Cerrone and Gaethje. It just feels like that would be almost even. Even like the odds makers are saying we have to do something here, guys.
Yeah.
But really, anything can happen in that fight. I think that's why we stayed away from that one. Dustin Poirier and Khabib Nurmagomedov. I think we all feel like Dustin has a pretty decent shot, just like everyone else. But it's hard to pick against an undefeated guy like Khabib that's just been owning everyone. And then you have Robbie Lawler. This was going to be my second choice. Robbie Lawler and Colby Covington. Covington's a tough guy. Robbie Lawler's just so unpredictable. You really never know who you're going to get with that. I think that's why I ended up going towards Frankie Edgar. But who would have been your number two?
My number two probably would have been Cerrone over Gaethje, just for the reasons that we talked about earlier. I think that's much more of a Wild West shootout.
I'll tell you what Junkie Nation said. Junkie Nation said, believe it or not, they couldn't be further away from us. 7% had Frankie Edgar defeating Max Holloway. Okay. 22% said Dustin Poirier has a good shot at beating Khabib Nurmagomedov. 28% of you said Donald Cerrone has a good shot at taking down Justin Gaethje, and a whopping 43% of you said Robbie Lawler's the guy to take out Colby Covington.
That's a good pick, too.
Over 1,000 people voted. Thank you very much to all the readers of Junkie Nation for picking your upset in those four choices. That's today's Daily Debate, brought to you by myself, Goes, representing MMA Junkie Radio, and Phone Booth Fighting, Richard Hunter.
Black.